What's up, everybody? It's me, Miss Pat, the spiritual light passing through, and I just wanted to make a quick video about some of the spiritual experiences that you guys are going to be coming in contact with very soon. Okay, there are some of us are going to have some issues with things, waking up with strange bruises, waking up with scratches across your back, waking up feeling like you've been beat. That's a good one. That one right there is a doozy. I've gone through that myself back when I was younger. You're also going to have some issues with headaches from time to time, feeling very tired and sleepy. Another thing that you will have a problem with, and this is my daughter that's going through this now, is that she was sitting talking to me, and all of a sudden in one eye she saw a prism, a color prism. It looked like a rainbow, or it looks like she was looking through water. Usually, when this happens, it's followed by a very bad migraine. What is happening there is you're getting ready to start to see auras around people. And that's usually how it starts to surface first, is that your eyes are getting ready to change their ability to see things that other people don't see. And usually it starts with the auras. I went through the whole entire thing many years ago, back in my 20s, with my daughter being in her 20s, 29. This is right around the time it happened to me as well. And when I was her age, and when it started to happen to her, I told her exactly what was going to happen. She's like, "How do you know that?" I was like, "Because your mama went through it beforehand." Okay. Um, your vision starts to change. I went to the doctors. I did all of that. I was like, "What's going on? Why do I see this?" And, "Oh, that's the beginning of a migraine." Okay, that's cute. That's fine. But what else? Why is it that I can see either another person, like a phantom, like a shade next to a person, like a phantom vision? And the eye doctor was like, "What do you mean phantom vision?" And that's when I realized I needed to shut my mouth before they thought I was crazy. But I started to see phantoms, and I thought it was like another person with a person, and I didn't realize that. I thought it was something wrong with my eyes and my vision, but actually, no, I was seeing another spirit with people. And when people came to see me, came near me, I could see other people walking with them. And I'm like, "Do you see that?" And they're like, "No, see what?" And you understand? So I went through a lot when this happened to me originally. So I'm trying to prepare my daughter for what she's about to see, and let her know that it is okay, and she is taking it a whole lot, hell of a lot better than I took it. I thought I was having a mental breakdown. I thought something was wrong. I went to talk to my mama, my aunties. All of them told me I was crazy. I was a witch. It was something wrong with me. Till I talked to my granny, and she told me exactly what I needed to know. Okay. So don't freak out. Don't go to the doctor talking about I see other people with you, because they're gonna be done called the crazy people on you. Because you got to remember, we live in a world where people don't believe in nothing. Okay, we still live in a world where folks don't believe in anything, and anything past what the church has told them, they gonna look at you crazy. So understand, be gentle with yourself through the process, and you will be fine. Okay, a lot of us have a lot of things to get used to when it comes down to this. Women, the most, are going to have the biggest change. You are going to change in ways you never thought you could change. You're going to see a lot of things, and probably have more of an active situation than the males. Okay. And don't think for 5 seconds that this situation is only for the women. No, this ain't just a woman thing. The guys is gonna get it too. Sorry, you're not gonna be left out. Some of your guys are gonna have the dream. Some of your guys are going to be able to see and do things as well. So as they happen, don't get too verbal about them, because I'm not sure exactly what our world would do to us if they found out certain things are happening to a certain group of people. Okay, so kind of keep it to yourself. Um, But I wanted to let you know that, yeah, you're going to have some changes. You're going to have some serious changes with vision. You're going to have some serious changes with hearing. You're going to have some serious changes with your body in itself, okay? If you are being called to get yourself together, drop the cigarettes, drop the alcohol, drop uh, the food, and get your body back in order, that is for a reason. It is happening to me too. Okay, I know that it was not by happenstance that a 28-year smoker just stops smoking cold turkey. Okay, now I'm gymming it every morning, get myself together, dropping weight left and right, getting my body back in order, getting the biceps and everything, getting going and stuff like that, and get myself together. There is a reason for that. Something is aching me to get myself physically together. Stop with the killing of myself slowly, okay? If that's being constantly nudged at you, I'd advise you to follow that. Follow that that nudge or that persuasion that's making you go that way, okay? With aura seeing and seeing shadow people and stuff like that, those things can be very disturbing, but in time you will get used to these things, okay? For me, it's a little bit different because I've been dealing with this since I was about 7 years old, okay? It really follows in my family on the female side. We have it really, really bad on the female side as far as being able to see things and metaphysical things going on with us. It follows the females in my family pretty heavy. And I'll give you this small story. When I was a kid, we were sitting up watching TV, getting ready for, right before school, watching Woody Woodpecker and Tom and Jerry. My grandmother was in the kitchen. We used to her talking to herself or either being on the phone talking to a friend or whatever from church or whatever, and just talking about, spiritual things, okay? I happen to want to go into the kitchen for either some water or something. I walk in the kitchen. My grandmama is standing in the middle of the floor with 7 tall beings around her. And she's in the middle with her hands like this, praying loud, just talking, you know what I'm saying? And there I see 7 beings around her. And when I look, they all look back at me. And at this point, I'm like, I go get my cousins in the other room. And I tell them, come look in the kitchen. Come look in the kitchen. These things in there with Granny's, ghosts in there with Granny. And I grab their hands and we all go look. And they see it too. And they start yelling. We all start yelling. Ah! And we took off and ran out of the house across the street to the school that we all went to. But my mother was a lunchroom manager there. And we yelling at the lunchroom window. God, Mama! Mama! It's Ghosts in Granny's house! It's Ghosts in Granny's house! All us is out here screaming and hollering. My mother's like, what the hell is going on out there? Why are y'all out here screaming and hollering and crying? What is going on at your grandma's house? She come outside, sitting over here. What's going on? We said, there's Ghosts in Granny's house. Ghosts in Granny's house. We ain't going back over there. We not going back over there. Okay? She said, I don't care what you talking about. Get y'all's little asses back across the street. So we go across the street. We go back and we are literally stuck on this porch. We are not going in there. I know what we saw. We not going in there. Mom was like, get it all behind in here. And she's like, Mama, what the hell is going on over here? She's like, these kids that came over here screaming and hollering at the window talking about something's going on in the house. What's going on? She's like, ain't nothing going on in the house. What are you talking about? She's like, they out here screaming talking about something going on with Granny. And it's like, we was like, it's ghosts. She was standing there with a bunch of ghosts talking to them. And she said, I was praying in the middle of my kitchen. What the hell are y'all saying? We was like, I saw, Day, Toodle saw, all us saw. We saw you standing there with a bunch of ghosts all around you. And it was 7 of them. And they all looked at us. They all looked at us. And she said, I don't know what these kids talking about. So she told everybody, y'all go in there and sit down and be quiet. We like, we're not going back in there. We're not going back in there. We're not going to grade credit. Can we cut stay at your job, Mama? Can we stay at your job till time to go to school? Oh, we sat together, squads together on the front room couch like this, did not move, honey. We was through. My grandmama told me for she when it got time to we heard the bell ring and it was time for to go to school. Told me to hang back, and she said, "Come here." I was like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, "I know you can see. How did you get the other two to see?" And I'm like, "Why did you act like you ain't know what Mama was talking about though?" You know what I'm saying? Grandparents ain't right. They ain't right. You know what I'm saying? She's like, how did you get the other two to see? And I said, but did you see? I said, you saw them too? She said, no, I did not see them. She said, but I know you can see. But how did you get the other two? How did you get your sister and your cousin to see? I said, all I did was hold their hands. And she's like, okay, you go ahead, go to school. I'll see y'all when I get up. I told her, I think we're going to stay with Mama after we get off school. We ain't coming back. Honey, my childhood with my grandma was something else, baby. I mean, it was something else. She was the only one that kind of understood, so she kept me with her a lot. She had 7 kids, and the youngest one was also special too. You know, she had my aunt had special invisible friends, and she would pop up in places that she shouldn't have been at. And it was literally impossible for a 2 and 3-year-old to be in these places. But she would say that her little invisible friend would make her get soft, and they would come through the door. Now this actually did happen, and it was really hilarious how it did happen. It was hilarious. Now you got to understand, my grandmother's children. My mother is the eldest daughter, and all the rest of them are, you know what I'm saying, 15, 16, 12, 10 years old, okay, all 7 of them, okay. The eldest one's 19, 18 years old, okay. So these not exactly young, silly kids, okay. They locked my aunt on the back part of the house, and she couldn't get, as a 3-year-old, you can't get, or not even 3, I think she may be about 4 years old. 4-year-old, you can't get through unlocked door without the keys. So they had locked the back part of the house and in the kitchen where she could have entered. So they waited for her to start hollering and screaming or whatever and saying, beating on the thing to let her in. They sitting out here waiting, and all of a sudden she's in the room with them. And they like, how did you get in here? And they're like, didn't y'all lock the door? They like, yeah, the door locked right there. I'm looking at it. The light's still across the door. How'd she get in here? And then she told her, she said, my friend made me all soft and we walked through the door. They said, I don't believe all that. No, we're going to try this again. They put her out there. Made sure both doors is locked. Somebody stayed in upstairs room to make sure she didn't come through that way or any way to come through. A group of them stayed downstairs. They turned around, they started talking. And they was like, I knew it. Next thing you know, she in the room with her. They didn't mess with my auntie no more. They didn't play with the 7th child no more. After that, they was like, how did you get in? It's like, I told you my friend made me outside. And she let me walk through the door. That is through, Mommy. So she later on married a man that didn't believe in God at all. And I think that part of her, she has closed down and never exercised it because she's been one of my biggest critics. But it runs in our family very hard, on the girl sides and stuff like that. So if you are getting ready to start, if you're starting to feel certain things happening and having very lucid dreams and headaches and unrest, you can't sleep, and then, you know what I'm saying, things are happening and you're getting sleep paralysis, that's a part of it. All of those things are very natural things. Like I said, with my daughter, she is now starting to see prisms, and when I told her what that was, she and what her symptoms were going to be, and they happened exactly like that. And she's like, okay, this is not, it don't sound like this is going to be kind of cool. I said, well, It isn't, but it can be somewhat of a defense mechanism too. So look at it that way. Um, but there's lots of things that you are going to come in contact, ladies. You're going to evolve in ways that you did not think are possible, and all I want you to do is be gentle with yourself. Take it one day at a time. Don't be scared of it. Don't get all weird and go berserk. It's a natural thing that happens to many of us. Okay, and if it doesn't happen to you, don't feel bad. Don't like, why did it not happen to me? Trust me, you don't want that. And maybe you might have even a more greater gift than that. Some people have the gift of healing with their hands and being very, very good with those. Um, with the crystals and things like that. Very good with crystals. So they can put them on your body and tell you where things are wrong at. And for some people whose eyesight change, that may be what you are supposed to do, is because you're going to be able to see where a problem is on a person's body and be able to use those crystals to be able to alleviate that. So you may be becoming a spiritual healer. You know what I'm saying? And you may be getting some new gifts and things like that. So expect many things to happen. But I just wanted to do a quick video to let you guys know that if you are experiencing different symptoms and things like that, and different pulls for you to get healthier, please heed them. Do not be upset. Do not get freaked out. It is a natural thing. Okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.